We had some good movement on the SPY where we started moving down into the open, sort of back to our yesterday's close level, had a bounce up and then a retracement right back to that level. We were able to take advantage. I only had one trade on the morning, and my trade was on Snapchat. I took it right off the open. Snap had some... Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's recap of our trading for the morning. I'm here with my good buddy Thor, and as you notice, we're both sitting in for our regular participants. Both Andrew and Brian are off today, so Thor and I were trading live in the Bearable Traders chat room, and had a couple of good trades. You can see we're sitting here, what is it? It's about 10:20 right now. We had some good movement on the SPY where we started moving down into the open, sort of back to our yesterday's close level, had a bounce up and then a retracement right back to that level. We were able to take advantage. I only had one trade on the morning, and my trade was on Snapchat. I took it right off the open. Snap had some news where they were laying off 20% of their workforce, and 1,300 people or so, and that had a big impact on the stock pre-market. But then it jumped up here, and I really wasn't sure what to make of that move, other than I still felt it was weak based on what I was seeing on the level 2. So I took it short off the open. You can see I got some good partials down to where the VWAP is positioned. I was hoping for a further move. I did have a promise from Norm that it was going to go to yesterday's close and go below $10, but unfortunately it hasn't done that yet. In fact, it's at high of day right now, so you can see I got stopped out here back at my open. So I hung on to this for a while, hoping it would move further down. At the same time, Thor made an even better trade on Meta than a reversal. So why don't we start with that, Thor, and you can tell us about the Meta trade.
So kind of like when the Snap situation was kind of going on, we noticed that there were a few stocks, and I don't know if it's complete like a sympathy kind of play, where we kind of the news comes across. So Meta had this really aggressive squeeze when Snap woke up, and it went all the way out to what's our daily R3, and our daily R3 is at like 167.07, and that happened to set pre-market high. So we were really, really interested in that level. We had very little order book above it, so I went ahead and got short on it in pre-market. Gave it a little bit of a stop above pre-market high. It got pretty close to me during that open minute. Fortunately, not too close. And we got down, got a nice move in. I did try and add VWAP, which I got a partial on, but then recognized we were kind of pulling back a little bit more than I wanted. So ended up all out at VWAP for a little bit extra. And then Peter had mentioned SPY coming down and holding that level. So I was watching SPY when it came back to PDC. A little shout out to JRAD, one of our other moderators in here. He kind of has this thing. He says when breakouts fail, watch for PDC, because they always like to come back and test that previous day's close, and then it often defends there as participants from the previous day come in and hold. So once it held there with some volume, made a new 1 minute high, I went ahead and went long. Gave it about 10 or 20 cents or so to the downside, and then it popped up really nice and got some great move all the way back to the top of the range. Tried an add on this one after seeing some topping tails up at R3, and that was a mistake. Because you can see I ended up going out at VWAP. That was my new break even after the ad, and that was all done. So a little bit of something different you don't see in the opening. You have two, let's call us slower traders. What are we, Peter? We're definitely not momentum traders, I don't think. So we had two non-momentum traders trading the open today. So a little bit different than what you guys are probably used to seeing in here.
Yeah, and to that point, I am not primarily an open trader. Most of my setups happen later in the day. My best trades actually happen at the close. So I tend to trade the close much more actively than I trade the open, which is not what most people do, but it works for me, and I've given up trying to challenge that, right? I do what feels most comfortable and where I seem to have a skill set. So midday, I like to take sort of pattern-based reversals. Anybody that's been to my Bearable Traders webinars know, like my Mountain Pass and lightning bolt type strategies that I look for. They give lots of setup time, lots of ability to sort of measure and manage those trades. So I'll be watching for those for the rest of the day and see what happens, and hopefully I'll get some trading opportunities into the close. So thanks a lot, Thor, and everyone. Have a good, safe trading day. Hit the like button. We'd really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you in the Bear Bulls trading room sometime soon. Take care, everyone.